Welcome back everybody. I'm here again with Lisbet, another junk journal fabric covered cardstock that measures approximately 5.5 by 8. I know it looks as if I've been really busy. I haven't really. These journals have been in the making for probably over a year. So Lisbet, I liked very much how she turned out. I've stitched the sari silk in for a change. It's not vintage fabric, although it looks vintage, but the doilies are. Doily is. So let's see what she's like inside. I haven't looked at her for a long time, so I might have forgotten a lot of this one. Used Tim Holtz paper on the inside. That's from the Sarah Midder book, In and Out of the Garden. There's a little dangle and a photograph from the 1920s. This is just some paper from inside an old book. I think it was a music book. And on this side, it's a pretty image there. I've made a little tiny tag, chapter 1 papers and a bit of sari silk and lace. This is from 1932. And there's a journal card in there, backed with piano roll paper. A bit of found poetry or quote. That's digital, not my own tea staining. This is very lightly tea stained paper. In this pocket I have got book page. And a postcard. It's actually a Christmas postcard, but I quite liked the way that looked. And that's from 1907. I've gone a bit Christmassy on this one, unintentionally. So this is attached. So I've stitched it round here to make a pocket, but I've left it so that you can open it and you can see that it's from Mrs. Davidson. Quite pretty ivy embossed card there. And then there's a document from 1932. And a little Victorian calling card there, Christmas calling card. This is an envelope from 1968. I've just strengthened the back of that with some book page, and in here it's just a Bank of England note. Must have been attached to something, a document that I had, I suspect. I can't really remember. Botanical page. There's this old christening gown and a little dangle. In this pocket there is some French embroidery magazine paper. And I also added this birthday card, vintage birthday card. Little heart dangle. In this pocket there's just an empty paper bag, and this is from a vintage 1920s Flower Fairy book. Lovely subtle colours in the original Flower Fairy books. This is just some tissue paper. This is from an old French book, old ledger paper. This is an original cabinet card. Maybe that's Lisbet when she's an old lady. I think this opens. I didn't put anything in the envelope, but obviously that you could use if you wanted to. That's from 1948. This is from a botanical book. This is from Good Housekeeping magazine, and that's a vintage computer card. I put some fussy cutting on, and I felt like that might fall out, so just clip that in with a paper clip. It's piano roll paper. Traditions of England, from book page, from an old book. Some nice castles on there. And this is from a cigarette album. Chapter 1 papers in the middle. A little dog dangle. This is quite eclectic, this book, but I do quite like it. I decoupaged that because it was a 1962 document, and you know, people might still be around who know who that is, so covered up the name. That's why I've done that. This is a botanical tag. The other side of that envelope, I've just popped another of those cut out pieces from the cigarette card album. Another little dangle, flower fairy pocket, and my Good Housekeeping page, and a little envelope that's empty. Top's just lined with some vintage glassine paper. So this is a sort of cross between a writing journal and a looking journal. There's a butterfly. There's a belly band here. So there's a 1950s telegram and a vintage postcard. I've made another journal card there. Pocket from a library card, and this is a vintage postcard. I just felt I wanted to dress up a little bit, so that's what I've done. Another envelope from chapter 1. It's decorated Angela Kerr style. And then on this page, it's a little selection. It's just some vintage paper. Again, from a post office savings book. This is French ledger paper. And a similar tag to the one that I put in the front. And a little embroidered pocket on the back there. So that's Lisbet. As I say, I quite like how she turned out, so hope you do too. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.